I've spent over 15 years in the recruitment trenches, sitting in on thousands of interviews across 50 different countries. And I'm going to tell you something that most career coaches are too afraid to admit. The smartest, most qualified person rarely gets the job. Hiring isn't a logical, data-driven process. It's emotional, it's instinctive, and it's deeply biased. I've seen brilliant geniuses get rejected and completely average candidates land six-figure offers they had no business getting. The difference? The winners understood human psychology. They knew how to trigger the right biological responses in the interviewer's brain. Today, I'm walking you through the 6 psychological pillars that will make you unrejectable, even if you're up against people with better resumes. And you'll want to stay until the very last minute of this video, because I'm going to share a commitment lock technique. It's a 10-second psychological trick you can use at the end of an interview that virtually forces the hiring manager to move you to the next round. Let's get into it. Pillar number 1, the power of cognitive ease. The first principle is cognitive ease. In simple terms, humans are lazy. We gravitate toward whatever feels easy and avoid what feels difficult. Most candidates make the hiring manager work too hard. If your resume is a wall of text or your interview answers are long-winded word salads, you are creating cognitive strain. When an interviewer feels strained, they subconsciously associate you with being a difficult person to manage. To win, you must be the easy button. This means clear formatting, concise stories, and a zero-drama attitude. Don't be the candidate who complains about their ex-boss or the broken industry. Be the candidate who feels like a breath of fresh air. When you're easy to deal with, you're halfway to the offer. The second pillar, the halo effect. Once you master cognitive ease, the halo effect takes over. This is a mental shortcut where, if a person likes one thing about you, their brain automatically assumes everything else about you is great too. Hiring managers make a judgment in the first 180 seconds. If you show up with a polished LinkedIn presence and speak with clarity, they don't just think you're a good communicator. They assume you're also organized, hardworking, and competent, even before you've proven it. I've seen candidates with half the required experience get hired simply because their halo was so bright that the recruiter assumed they'd figure the rest out. The impression always beats the facts. Pillar number 3, the likability factor, the unconscious bias. We like to pretend hiring is objective. It isn't. Humans hire humans they actually want to spend 40 hours a week with. I've been a hiring manager for my own firms, and I can tell you, I was always rooting for the candidate to be the one, because I was tired and stressed and wanted the search to be over. But the moment a candidate started complaining about the market or their last manager, I'd think, is this person going to be a toxic energy in my office? Likability isn't about being a people pleaser, it's about matching the interviewer's energy. If you can make them smile or feel heard, you've done more for your career than any certification ever could. Skills get you the invite. Likability gets you the contract. The fourth pillar, authority bias, the expert perception. We are evolutionary wired to follow authority figures. Think about it. If a guy in a high-vis vest tells you to stop walking, you stop. You don't ask to see his credentials first. In an interview, you need to project authority bias. 2 people can have the exact same 10 years of experience, but the one who speaks with ownership gets the job. Don't say, "We did this project." Say, "I led this initiative and delivered X result." People with authority don't over-explain or apologize for their success. They use structured frameworks, like the STAR method, to show they've been there, done that, and can solve the company's problems on day 1. Pillar number 5, confirmation bias, the filter of the mind. This is where the interview is won or lost. Confirmation bias means once an interviewer forms an initial opinion of you, their brain spends the rest of the hour looking for evidence to prove they are right. If you start strong and project authority, the interviewer's brain starts filtering in your good answers and filtering out your mistakes. But if you start weak, they will spend the whole meeting looking for reasons to disqualify you. This is why some interviews feel like a friendly chat while others feel like an interrogation. You have to win the confirmation in the first 2 minutes so the rest of the hour works for you, not against you. The last pillar, the commitment lock, The ultimate secret. You've stayed with me this far, so here is the secret sauce that turns maybe into yes. It's called the commitment principle. Psychology tells us that once a person makes a small verbal commitment, they feel a deep internal pressure to stay consistent with that statement. Most people leave an interview saying, "I hope to hear from you." That is a weak, losing strategy. Instead, you use the commitment lock. At the very end, ask, "I've really enjoyed this. Based on our talk, what are the next steps and the timeline for a decision?" Once they give you a date, let's say Friday, you follow up with, "Perfect. If for some reason I don't hear back by Friday afternoon, is it okay if I send you a quick nudge to stay on top of things?" When they say yes, they have just given you permission to hold them accountable. They have verbally committed to a timeline. Their brain now views you as part of their future schedule, and you've removed 100% of the ghosting anxiety. You aren't chasing them, you're simply following the agreement you both made.